Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Young and Gifted. I hope you like my bike. Today we're going to talk about something that is really dear to me and it's something that people always come to the barbershop and ask. Today we want to talk about finding purpose. I broke it down into two categories, why and how. You can take it or leave it. Don't take my word for it. Why is it hard to find your purpose? We hear everyone else's opinions. Then we have Instagram and we have Facebook and we see everyone doing something different. Kids finishing high school are required to go to college. So you have the pressure of going to college at 16 or 17 years old. And at 16 or 17 years old, we don't quite know what we want to do. It really forces us to make a decision that could impact the rest of your life based on an agenda by someone else. So I broke this down into 4 steps: noise, clouded vision, overthinking, and culture. So noise. A lot of the times we have our friends around us and we engage in conversations where all we hear is their voice. We go through our lives and we have all these friends and we hear their visions and their dreams. And like who wants to be a photographer, who wants to be a doctor. And it really messes up the way we see ourselves because we start to judge ourselves based on their dreams and think that we have to do things that's similar. Clouded vision. A clouded vision could also be because of stuff that's happening in our life. It could be depression, sports. It just means that we're not focused enough to find our vision, to find our purpose, and purpose is something that is built. So if you don't spend time building your purpose, it will be hard for you to figure out the purpose, especially as you get older. As a young person, it's hard to put pressure on yourself to find purpose. At that age, there's so much things that you want to do. You want to be everywhere, you want to do everything and be everywhere all at once, and it can really cloud our vision as to what our purpose is. The third one, overthinking. A lot of the times we have our plans and we think that it's not for us because we see other people doing it who've been doing it for much longer, but we don't know. I heard Kevin Hart one time. He said, it takes 9 years to create an overnight success. A lot of the times we see other people doing things, but we don't see where they start. And it's hard for us because we don't judge ourselves based on where they start. We judge it based on where they are right now. And that could create a spirit of overthinking. And that could stunt our journey in finding purpose. Culture. So a lot of the times our purpose might be something that is not of our culture. Sometimes it could be a religion, the place where you grew up. Our purpose could be for us to be in a different country doing something different. And because that is not in your culture, no one else would understand it. And because no one else would understand it, you feel a type of way to kind of explain to people that that's what you want to do. And it's hard for you to go to your purpose because you don't see it as something that could be monetized. My brother and I, we would make these small movies on my mom's phone. We didn't have the vision to see ourselves being into movies. It's not something that we saw every day. It wasn't in our culture. So we didn't see it as a possibility. And because of that, our vision was clouded. 25 plus years later, now I'm back doing film. How to find a purpose? How do I figure out who I am and where I'm supposed to be to become a better person? For this segment, we broke it down to 6 points. Time spent alone, start small, reflect on values, community, historical patterns, and influence. So the lonely phase is something that I've been working on for a while. Basically, it is where I believe that everyone needs to go through a time in their life where they feel like the world is against them, for them to figure out what the purpose is. This could be motivated by heartbreak, the death of a loved one. There's so much things that could push someone into being in the lonely phase. And sometimes it could be that someone actually steps into it because they realize that they need to find purpose. So this time alone is a time that's really made to make you stronger. But if taken the wrong way, it could actually make you weaker. Spend this time with dating yourself and really trying to get to know yourself. Ask yourself questions. Really find a pattern within your own being. Starting small. It's better to start than to not start at all. A lot of the times we start something and because we suck, we quit. It's just like me with this podcast, it's so much time that I wasted thinking that I wasn't good enough and that kind of stuff. We have to understand that once we start something new, we're supposed to suck at it. You're supposed to be bad at it. I remember my daughter, she was trying to make the basketball team and she didn't make the team and she came home crying. And I told her that she'd never been to a trial before. And the best thing that could happen to her is that she fails the first time she tries. Because if she did make the team, the space for growth would be so much more limited. So just start stuff, even though you suck, because you're supposed to suck. And then you learn from your mistakes, and then you get better and you get better. But in a year or two, you're going to look back and watch your first steps and be proud that you didn't quit. So just start small. If you want to start a charity, just start with one person, and then go to the other person, and then we could go from there. So that's the next way that we could figure out purpose and move forward. The third one is reflect on your values. Reflecting on your values really gives you an overlook on where you come from and where you're going to be going, and what you like doing and what you don't like doing. So the next one that we are going to is community. And I ain't talking about your neighborhood that you grew up in or the area you live in. I'm talking about your core friends, the people who you call for advice and who you talk to every time something goes wrong. These people are very impactful and very influential on your life because they kind of stir. It's like the wind for your sails. It's like you the captain of the boat, but the wind really helps, and pushes it in the direction that it really wants to go. So we really have to be aware of the friends that we have and the circle that we keep, and see people for who they are, and have knowledge of yourself enough to know when you're right and when you're wrong about certain things. Because 90% of the time, you're right about what you want to do. Okay, so the next one that we will talk about is historical patterns. Historical patterns is that I believe that in your life, if you look at a lot of the stuff that you did do before, where money wasn't an issue or money wasn't a underlying factor, you'll see that there is a pattern to how it's going, and you can find your purpose there. For instance, for me, one of my first jobs I had was I was working at a wedding as a server, and I saw how food could impact people's lives. So from there, I went to being a chef, and then from being a chef, I started doing barbering on the side while I was in cooking school. Then I realized that I could have a more direct impact on people, so I started barbering, and then from barbering, I realized that, I could have a more direct on people doing film. I could have another impact on people doing film. And then I started doing film. But they all were connected because it was all to get to the people. And now I'm here directly talking to you guys, even though it's 13 of you guys who are going to view this. But I could directly talk to you guys now. So if we look at our historical patterns, we could find that there's a rhythm that and a pattern of things that we like. If you like science, chances are that a lot of the stuff that you did was science related. And the last one I'm going to talk about is influence. So really look at people who you could look up to, people who do stuff that you think you want to do. Don't take them as role models. I don't like the word role model because everyone has flaws. But take stuff that you want to become, or take stuff that you like of that person and note it down and kind of copy and paste it. It's like there's a blueprint. There isn't no one who hasn't done something that you want to do. And to find that person and really see them as influence, we could even find mentors. But I know it's hard to find mentors, especially when you don't have much money to pay a mentor, because mentors these days are expensive. So look for someone online that you like, that you want to copy from, and take some things from this one person, take from this other person, and kind of build yourself. Like RoboCop. Like how they build RoboCop, they take this person thing and they take this person thing and they put it together like a transformer. So yeah, that's that. Okay, so really pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to yourself, find time to be by yourself, cut out friends for 3-4 months, cut out noise for 3-4 months, reflect on the things that you really want to do and who you really want to be. And that's how we could get out of this and find purpose. Alright, and that's all I wanted to say. It's short and sweet this time, and I'll see you guys on another episode of Your Man Gifted.